Okay, so here's a problem from chapter 5, and it's problem 5.1.33, and it says directions say to factor, and you're given this expression right here. And when you go to, sorry, that's my phone. When you go to factor, anything that deals with fractions, you want to think about the fractions separately, the numerator and the denominator of the fractions separately. So, for instance, you would take a look at the denominators and you would say, is there a greatest common factor between all of these numbers in the denominator? And you say yes, because they all are 9, so they all have a greatest common factor of a 9. And if you take a look at the numerators, the 5, the 4, the 1, and the 1, the greatest number that they all share in common is a 1, because these 1s limit what you can have for a greatest common factor in the top. And then if you take a look at the variables, you got x squared, x cubed, x to the 5th, and x to the 6th. And the highest thing that all of these share in common in terms of the variables is the x squared. So what we're actually going to take out as our greatest common factor here is going to be a 1/9 and then an x squared. And then what we're doing on the inside of the parenthesis here, remember that factoring, what you're doing when you're factoring is you're actually writing things as a product. And so we're trying to think about, we put our parenthesis here indicates multiplication. So we're trying to think about what am I going to put right here so that when I take 1/9 times that I get 5/9 x to the 6th back. And if you remember with fractions, when you multiply straight across. So essentially I would need a 5 over a 1, because the 1 times 5 would give me the 5, and the 9 times the 1 would give me the 9. And then I would need an x to the 4th, and that's because when I multiply like bases, I add the exponents. So it'd be the 2 and the 4 would give me the 6. Okay, and then we're going to follow that same pattern all across here. It's going to be plus 4 over 1. That 4 over 1 is going to give me the 4/9. And then I need an x to the 3rd to get my x to the 5th. And then I just need a 1, right? And 1/9 times 1 would give me the 1/9 here. And then an x and a 1, just a 1. 1/9 x squared times 1 would give me 1/9 x squared. Okay, now I'm just going to write that without the 1s all over the place. So this is really 1/9 x squared. There we go. And then we have 5 x to the 4th. We have 4 x cubed plus x and then plus 1. Okay, and then you have 4 terms left on the inside, and you probably want to check and see if that factors by grouping. And I can see by looking at it that it's not going to factor by grouping, so you would leave it there, and that would be your answer. And that's it.